Madam President, I make a motion we approve the agenda with the following amendments. Additional certified and classified personnel actions, item 3, and add item I, executive session, for the purpose of discussing matters of non-elected personnel.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? It was moved and seconded. All in favor, please raise your hand. Any opposed, same sign. Agenda is approved. And we will move on into the delegations and public comments. And the first item is the recognition of Mr. Bidwell as the Outstanding Speech Debate Theater Educator Award, state recipient, and student national qualifiers.
I would like to recognize Russ Tidwell and the Kansas Association Activity Association, or KSHA, has announced that Russ Tidwell of Garden City High School forensic debate coach has been selected as a 2012-2013 Outstanding Speech, Debate, and Theater Educator. The National Federation of High Schools Association annually recognizes an outstanding speech and debate and theater educator. Russ was selected by our state, of course, and the criteria was for this was an overall contribution he's made, the years of service both in curricular and co-curricular, organization and continuance of activity of a program, significance and ongoing contribution to the field, and contribution to professional in both in-state and out-of-state. Russ has worked for Garden City High School for 19 years. Russ can sum up his philosophy as with 3 statements. Every student can learn. Learning is a lifelong process, and the most important thing a teacher can do is inspire students to learn and how to learn. He served as a head debate and speech coach since 2004. He has taught debate, advanced debate, speech, acting, forensics, advanced forensics, senior project, and dual credit speaking. Russ has mentored over 15 new coaches to Western Kansas speech and debate in his time. He's also been very active at the state level, accepting numerous leadership roles for KSHA. In 1998 to 2008, he served as a host manager for the state debate championships. For 13 years, he served as a 6A debate championship tab room committee. He has qualified over 72 speakers and debate competitors, over 10 teams qualifying for the elimination round. In 2009 to 2010, his students were the 6A speech championship second place trophy, and in 2011 they took home the 6A speech championship trophy. So he's very successful all the way through. He's also produced over 20 individual state championships and finalists in 12 of state events. He was named the Kansas Debate Coaches Invitational Hall of Fame in 2010. Mr. Tidwell, basically, I would say over the years, he's a triple diamond coach, where there are very few in the state, and probably in the nation, I would think. Very few of those. He has been very successful. Probably the thing I'm going to say, we're talking about 19 years, he has put a lot of extra time in. I mean, after school practices, when I'm leaving, and I leave the building late, 6, he still has kids in the room practicing. Every weekend, he's gone to a spate, some tournament somewhere with some kids. Well, 4 or 5 coaches are probably gone every weekend. So just the time that he's put in 19 years is very commendable. And I'd like to congratulate Russ on this award.
The smartest coaching advice anybody ever gave me was make sure you're someplace where you have good kids and a good band. So I'm not going to talk about me. I'm going to talk about kids. Kids, come here. I brought 4 with me tonight. I want to say before I get to the kids that the good kids and a good band thing that's not an exaggeration. I get to work with great kids, and I've had amazing help over the last 19 years. A lot of different people in and out of the 2 programs, but this year I want to make sure that somebody has said out loud that an awful lot of what I do is supported and made to work better by assistant coaches who are not here, either because they're not able to be here because they're out of the state or various things. But in debate this year, Dale Sekovic, who retired after helping me for 15 years, and then he came here as a retiree from Hoxie 15 years ago, and was an assistant debate coach there. Mark Russo, those 2 guys, they travel a lot of miles and they watch a lot of the bad novice debate rounds I would watch. And so huge thanks to them. And then in the spring this year, Carlene Peterson, Barbara Hilt, and Jesse Bernal. I can't do what I do without their help. So this year in forensics, we finished the season in very good shape. We finished 5th at the state tournament. I keep telling the kids that I'm really, one of the things that I'm really proud of in the last 19 years is that in that 19-year time, either as an assistant coach or as the head coach, we have only not been in the top 5 at the state tournament twice. And so when I talk to the kids about a history of success, that's a real thing. We finished 5th with 1 state champion, and we had 6 events and finals. Some of those are here, some of them are not, but our state champion is. Abby also was a state champion in dramatic interpretation this year. And she's also a national qualifier in dramatic interpretation. She and Haley Regan also qualified, but will not. She's going to compete in DI for some various reasons. But she and Regan also qualified for nationals in duo inter, and Haley qualified in humorous inter. And then in addition to that, Eric Maxwell was 2nd in dramatic inter at the state tournament, and qualified for nationals in dramatic inter. He and Tucker qualified together. Tucker Schiffelbein qualified for nationals and will be going with us to the national tournament in duo interpretation. And Maggie Unruh qualified in original oratory, speech she wrote and presented herself. And so these are our national qualifiers and state champions for this year. And these 4 kids and I will be headed for Birmingham. We're leaving on the 14th, and we'll go play at the big tournament for a week and see how that goes. So thank you for the continued support. It's always worth saying that I continue to hear colleagues talk about how support for national travel, support for the state things, support for the state travel is being cut because the times are hard. And it's no small thing to continue to be committed to that, and I appreciate that greatly. So I want you to honor the kids. That's what I
Maggie, what was your speech on?
It's financial fitness.
Oh, awesome topic. How about the rest of you? Do you have any interest in going into drama or theater for a career? I got a head nod.
Yeah, I'm thinking about theater education, actually. So.
Theater ed, okay, awesome. It's like being,
Following me.
exactly. Awesome. Well, congratulations, guys. Come on through. We'd like to shake your hands.
I'm just so impressed at what a good band can do.
Yes, exactly. Congratulations. Good job. Thanks again. Thanks for what you've done in the Congress. Congratulations. This is just another example of, providing a niche for kids to get involved in.
Silver, gold.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I should say I was evaluating the shoes.
to recognition at the Garden City High School track teams and state champions.
Come up. You're up, Coach.
Talked to Dr. Rafa today, so we had about 16 that went to state, and we have a good part of them. Some of them are at football camp, and I'd like to. You want me to bring them up front here, or yeah, that's fine.
Yes, sir.
Well, okay, why don't we just come up front, and then I'll introduce you. Let's have freshmen down on that end, okay? Yeah, freshmen down on that end. I'll go by seniority a little bit here. And what I probably should have done, this first, but they'll have to leave. Y'all might have to move over a little bit. A big part of our success this year, now 3 of our coaches are at football camp, but the 4 that I'm going to introduce, I can tell you they had a big part at the state meet because every one of them, the event they coached, their kids scored a lot of points for us at the state meet. I'll start with Marcus Summers right here. He's our pole vault coach. Went to Emporia State. He was a distance runner and became a pole vault coach about 3 years ago and really has done a great job and started a great program from 7th grade up. J.C. Holloway, Coach Jonathan, who was our state champion. He's coached him since his freshman year. He was a state champion when he was in high school. He does a great job. Doug Marshall, he is another Emporia State guy. Ran track in the state of Texas, so you know he has a great track background. And then, of course, Coach Linneberger, who I coached when she was in high school, and you know her background. The cross-country team was second in the state this year, and we got tons of distance runners and a lot of depth in our distance events. So, if you don't know, we finished 4th in both the boys and the girls. We talked the last 2 weeks of the year about finishing. The year before, the girls scored 6 and the boys scored about 20. We came back with over 25 medals, I think, this year. And by the end of the year, we didn't talk a lot about boys and girls teams, but I'll tell you this, we just talked about team a lot, and then it's kind of strange that they both finished 4th. I've coached sports before in Oklahoma where if you coach tennis together or track together, they give an overall championship between the boys and the girls. And if they would have done that, the only team that would have beat us would have been Olathe East. So that's a pretty good tribute to both our boys and girls team. I'm really proud of them. I'll start on this end down here. That's pretty awesome. We got 4 freshmen on this end. And three? Oh, I'm sorry. Pedro's sophomore. My bad, Pedro. Pedro went last year, too. Allison Harmon and Kinsey Hannigan were both on the 4x1 relay, and Allison was also qualified in the 100 meters. And that's a great accomplishment as freshmen. Jesus was probably 10th going into regionals, and somewhere shouldn't have really qualified. We got a PR 5:10, right? And I left Coach Cambrose out. Sorry about that, Coach Ambrose. Stand up. Coach Kara is we call her Coach Kara. She's getting married this summer and didn't want to go by her last name, so we recruited her from Oregon. She jumped in college in Oregon, and boy, really did a great job. So we had 2 qualified. So Jesus qualified, got a 5:10 at regionals. Pedro finished 8th and medaled at state, and you know what? We've got our boys finished 1 point ahead of 2 teams. So he got 1 point. So we told him that 1 point can always be very important for our team. Turned out being a very big point. Okay, I'm going to save that 4x8 relay there for last, okay? Taylor Linneberger was on our 4x1 also with Allison and Kinsey, and the 4x4, and she got up on the medal stand in the 4x4 along with Katie, Kayla, and Taryn. So Taylor scored at the state meet. Mitch was a big surprise at regional this year. We didn't think he had a chance, but Coach Holloway, I'm serious. By times, he didn't have a chance, but that's what we talked about. And I remember when Mitch got across the finish line and finished 4th, the first one to meet him was Jonathan. And Coach Holloway will tell you how much Mitch has grown up from the time he was a freshman to now, and a lot of hard work did that. You got your PRs the last 2 meets of the year, didn't you, Mitch?
Yep.
I think so. Did a great job. Our 4x8 relay won state with a 9:35, and that was the best time in all classes. going Class A to Class 6A. Alex ran the first leg, and somewhere around, it's kind of strange, they all four, I think, ran PRs. Nisa ran a 236 or 235, and in the Open 8 a couple of weeks ago, she had run a 233 or a 234. But it's strange that they always run their PRs when they're a unit or a team, and all four of them did that. So our state champion 4x8 relay is, let's see, Alex ran the first leg, and then the second leg was Nisa Harmon, Allison's sister. This is her. They've been together now 3 years, except Katie joined them last 2 years ago, or no, last year. Joined last year. She's just a sophomore, so we got them all back. Katie ran the third leg, ran a 2:23 coach PR by about 5 or 6 seconds, and then Kayla ran a 2:19. Her leg was in the 4x8, and they also set a school record. 4x8 set a school record this year. Jonathan Duval set 4 school records this year. He's set them in the 100 hurdles, the 300 hurdles, the long jump, and his 4x1 relay. And Taryn set a school record in the triple jump, 36.7 at state. She got it at state. She picked it the right time. Alex broke Coach Lindenberger's record in the 3200, but then at state, Katie broke Alex's record. So, and the 4x1 relay broke the school record also. And again, Jonathan he broke was it the state record you broke, John?
Yeah.
He broke the state record in the 100 high hurdles, 13.829. And they said at the meet, when it was packed with about 20,000 people there, they announced Jonathan the 7th best time ever at that stadium, at the state meet. So that was pretty awesome accomplishment. Jonathan's going to Wichita State next year, and I'll tell you what, they got a lot of things that he can do. Long jump, Coach Marshall did a great job with him. Didn't get hardly to get practice with him, and he went 22:11.5, wasn't he? To break the school record. So, tell you what, I'm proud of these, and the good thing is we got all the girls back. We don't graduate one girl that went to state meet this year, and we even had a couple of girls that were hurt or are going to be back next year. And we graduate Jonathan and Mitch, and that's it out of this group. So, proud of them. Represented your school well on the track, in the classroom, and everywhere else. So, this is your track team for 2013. Sorry.
Okay, love it. Represent.
Yeah, sure. Good job. Good job.
That's right.
Good job.